Why is it that in fighting games, only a fraction, a small percentage of the roster is female, while the rest of the roster is predominantly male? And if you ask me, and perhaps I'm biased, I always think that the female characters are the most iconic, the most memorable, the most fun to play. Mind you, they have the best outfits, the cutest ones, the males could never. Look, I grew up on fighting games. I know my way around fighting games. I'm somewhat knowledgeable. I'm somewhat decent at them. But I've always just loved the stories, the characters, specifically the female characters that really represent these series and are kind of, in a sense, the mascot of their games. Where would we be without our Chun-Lis, our Mai's, our Kazumis, our Ivy Valentines? I feel like the top three fighting games of 2025 right now are Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, and my personal favorite of the three, Tekken 8. I grew up on Tekken, okay? Being a child of the 90s, my first ever Tekken was Tekken 3. What was your first Tekken? And I've always just loved the female characters. And it's been such an honor being a fan of the Tekken series and seeing these female characters grow and expand and see where the stories take each and every one of them. And today, I thought it'd be really fun to rank the Tekken girlies in 2025 because you know I love a ranking video. But before we get to today's ranking video, it would mean the world to me if you would like, subscribe, and comment your favorite Tekken girly, and maybe, why not your least favorite Tekken girly? Let's throw some shade here. Why not? Yay, we made it to the intro, friends. Okay, so I'm super excited because I'm really into Tekken 8 lately. I've been playing the crap out of it. And here we are. We're gonna rank the girlies of Tekken. I think I've gotten all of them. Obviously, this is only the playable Tekken girlies. There's other Tekken girlies in the Tekken universe, but I thought, like, let's just rank the ones that you can play as. And I really hope I'm not forgetting any. If I forgot any, then, you know, it's not that much of a loss. But anyways, I'm excited. If you're new here, we rank like on a variety of different factors, not just who's the strongest, who is the most iconic, who has the funnest fighting style, the most interesting story, like, what do they mean to the series? We rank on broad terms here, okay? But I'm excited, like I said. Side note, can you guess my Tekken main? Can you guess my Tekken main just by looking at me? They're on this list. They're on this ranking, but who is it? Who is it? We have an S through D tier list, as you can see, but we like to give fun names here. So starting at the bottom, because we love bottoms. D! What an utter disappointment. Anna's iconic line when she beats someone in Tekken 5, and I think Tekken 6 as well, that's D. So obviously, the Tekken girly that goes in D, a little disappointing, you know? Maybe it's not even her fault. Maybe she was only in one game. Maybe they just didn't give her anything to work with. Yeah, so there's gonna be a couple girlies in here, sadly. I can already predict. C, we have thank you, spirits. That is a Julia Chang victory line, obviously. This is just like, they're very solid. Thank you. This girly is great. She's great. She's just like low. She's low on this list, obviously. She's great, but like, thank you next. B. Excellent. That is Li Chaolan, obviously. He's an honorary girly. Li Chaolan is an honorary girly. This girly is excellent. This is the girls that are getting like close to top tier. A is the moment of victory. I love it. So that is a Lili line. That's in 5 and I think 6. Sometimes I really do miss Lili's English voice, mind you, but I always just love that line. That's such a fun line from Lili. Back in the day, I used to pretend I was Lili growing up. And finally an S. Perfect! Oh my goodness, that shot of serotonin when you get a perfect in Tekken. Yeah, I just don't think of a more iconic line in Tekken than perfect. So who on this list is going to be Tekken's next top model? Honestly, I haven't really planned this list. I actually kind of don't like planning my lists nowadays. I like to just go in and kind of be like real and raw. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I like doing the videos when they're not completely like planned. There's something a little bit more fun and authentic and doing it like as I go. So we're gonna do this alphabetically. We're gonna do it alphabetically. That brings us to Alisa. Yes, Alisa's our first girly. Oh my god, I'm so excited! What do we think about Alisa, friends? Personally, I love Alisa. Alisa's so much fun. She's very anime. But what's wrong with that? I think Alisa gets a lot of criticism, like pretty much almost every girly, because she's so super feminine. And oh, she doesn't belong in Tekken with her pink hair and chainsaws, flying cyborg, yada yada yada. Listen, let me tell you, I don't support AI. The only AI I support is Alisa. How are you going to criticize Alisa saying she doesn't belong in Tekken when you have kangaroos, you have bears, you have Mokujin, you have other characters using swords and weapons? Girl, bye. You have ogres. Alisa is a perfect. I love me some Alisa. She's such a fun character. I love that she plays a huge role in Tekken 2. Like, haters are going to hate. The fact that she's been kind of a mainstay ever since her inclusion in 6. She's super fun to play as. Love her cute little outfits. Stay mad. What's wrong with her? She's been in a lot. She's gotten so much representation. I'm really happy about that. And I think maybe it's also just because, like, she reminds me so much of Aegis from Persona 3. Like, they're sisters. She's just a fun character, and I always love the story of kind of like AI and how like a AI character. It's just an interesting story to explore with a character and their soul that is based in AI and how they're developing emotions and whatnot. I always just find it really interesting and fascinating and such a fun thing to unpack as just a fan of the story. Next is Anna Williams. Do I really have to say it? Do I really have to say... How can you not say C-U-N-T? That's C-U-N-T! The fact that Anna Williams, this mother, has been relegated to DLC twice in a row, not even on the main roster, such a slap in the face. And the fact that that is purposely done because you know people are, she's so popular, you know people are going to go out of their way and buy her. That's the sucky thing about DLC. Like, I love DLC and everything, but the fact that developers will purposely leave out such iconic popular characters just so they can make a profit later with DLC. So shady. These are the times that we live in as gamers. It's so sad to see it. And it sucks that they missed out on the main story because of that very reason. Like, I would love to see Anna in the actual Tekken 8 main story, see how she would interact with her sister Nina and whatnot. Like, I just always have felt bad for Anna. I feel like she always gets, like, the short end of the stick, unlike her sister Nina. Anna is so much fun. She has so much charisma. I think she's a lot more fun to play as than Nina, personally. But we're going to see what else she gets when she comes into Tekken 8, because if you're not aware, Anna's in Tekken 8. She's coming in Season 2. They teased it already. I'm super excited about that. This is also just like, this honest side note, this is a really fun video to make and speculate to see like other future characters that are going to be put into Tekken 8, as well as Anna. Anna's just so good. She's so good. It sucks that Anna would have been in every single Tekken, but she wasn't in Tekken 4. I mean, a lot of characters weren't in Tekken 4, but Anna is such a mainstay in Tekken, or at least she should be, for crying out loud. I'm also so excited to see how she's going to look in Tekken 8. The fact that I'm wondering if Anna is even going to come back with a bob or not, because her sister Nina has the bob now. So is Anna going to come in with like a ponytail or like a long, like new hair? Girl, they're swapping styles, and I'm kind of here for it. There's nothing else I can say about Anna other than that she's perfect. She's perfect, and she deserves the world. Next is Angel. This is a character I almost forgot about, only because, like, I feel like Tekken's forgotten about Angel. Angel, she looks beautiful, though. Last seen in Tekken Tag 2. We gotta put her in What an Utter Disappointment, though. Our first D. What an utter disappointment. Like, I've always been interested in this character, if you want to call her a character, because she's just so mysterious. Okay, she's this angel being. She's supposed to be like the mirror of Devil, the Devil gene. And aside from Angel Jin, you know, it's just a shame that they never really done anything with this character. It's like non-canon character, really. So we gotta move on. Asuka Kazama. Okay. Poor Asuka. Poor Asuka. Because I think there's so much potential with Asuka, and they kind of dropped that after Tekken 5 because you had such a good story with her pursuing Fang. Fang like attacked her father's dojo and put him in the hospital, and she was going to pursue him, and then she never like met him, and then all of a sudden she had this rivalry with Lili. And she's also just kind of like this character that was supposed to replace June after all these years. So there's so much potential with her in Tekken 5. And then they just kind of relegated her to having this rivalry with Lili, which I absolutely love. But that's kind of like their main story nowadays, Asuka and Lili. Like they don't that I feel like that rivalry should come second to their actual stories and not be like their main objective. So it kind of hurts both of them, but it kind of hurts Asuka more because she's a Kazama. She she had such an interesting non-canon ending of her potentially curing Devil Jin's Devil Gene. Asuka deserves better. That's all I'm trying to say is Asuka deserves better because there is so much potential there. I would give her perfect, but I have to give her a moment of victory. Love Asuka. I just want the writers to love her and give her a better storyline, for crying out loud. She's a great character. She's fun. She's feisty. She just deserves a better story for her, especially since like they completely dropped her whole thing with Fang too. Next is Azucena. This is a fun character. I think she's a great addition to Tekken 8 because I feel like some of the new characters in Tekken 7 were just not, they were questionable. They didn't have like personality, some of them, and I feel like Azucena is a great Tekken character addition. I'm gonna give her automatically excellent. I wish there was more to her than coffee, though I can relate to that. I love coffee. I drink coffee all the time, but I think she's still fun, and like going against her, I don't even know, is she considered a top tier character? She kicks my butt. She kicks my butt constantly when I face a player, an Azucena main, for sure. She kicks my butt. But yeah, I think she's great. We don't know too much about this character aside from her love of coffee, but she's from Peru. She kind of opposed Jin and the gang in the main story of Tekken 8, which was very interesting, and she had a rivalry with Lili. So that's interesting. Lili is just all over the place, okay? Lili has a rivalry with Asuka. She has a rivalry with Azucena now. Like, everyone's coming for Lili. But yeah, tea versus coffee. The coffee queen versus the tea queen. But I think she's a solid new addition, and she's very welcomed in the Tekken world. Next is Christie Monteiro. Christie, we miss you. We miss you, Christie. We miss Christie. We missed her so much. Christie is a perfect. How do we not have Christie in like a current Tekken game? It is wild. This character is extremely popular. It doesn't make sense as to why we don't have her in Tekken. She wasn't in Tekken 7. She's not in Tekken 8. She probably will be in Tekken 8. I'm like predicting that right now. But like she is extremely popular despite her and Eddie sharing the same fighting style. Extremely popular. She's a great legacy character, which she was introduced in Tekken 4. And like she's never technically replaced Eddie though. Like whenever Christie was in a game, Eddie was right there because it's so easy to have the same move set, So it's just crazy that she hasn't been introduced. Her last game was Tekken Tag 2, and as you know, Tekken Tag 2 is like non-canon, fun game that, it's not that serious. But I miss her. I miss Christie. Who else misses Christie? I want her to come back in Tekken 8, but play like she usually does, like with Eddie's moveset, but like add a little bit of new additions to make them play a little bit differently, and I think that would be really cool to see. Like, to me, Christie's on the same level of Anna in terms of popularity. I think Anna might be a little bit more popular. Whenever the people are like, where is this character? Where's Anna? The name like right under it, it's always like, where's Christie? Whenever they're revealing a character that nobody asked for. But yeah, Christie's imperfect. Moving on. Next is Josie. I have a soft spot for Josie, first and foremost. Let me just put that out there. She's a new character in Tekken 7. She is a Filipino fighter. She's the first Filipino fighter in Tekken, if I'm not mistaken. So I love that already. She's a bit of a crybaby. I love her outfit, though. I think the colors of her outfit actually represents the flag of the Philippines. I do feel bad because she kind of replaced Bruce in Tekken 7, but also I don't play Bruce, so it's not, I don't care. But sorry to all the Bruce mains. Despite us getting so many new characters in Tekken 7, I think Josie was a good character. A good new character in Tekken 7. Like a solid one. I don't know, I just think she's adorable. And I would be okay if she were to come back in Tekken 8. I think she's one of the new characters that I would love to see in Tekken 8. Maybe like give her some time. I think there's more iconic characters than her that deserve to be in Tekken 8. But I wouldn't be mad if she made a return in Tekken 8. She's fun. It'd just be interesting to see where her story goes in Tekken 8. Next is Eliza. Eliza with a Z. Eliza, a vampire queen. She slays. But where does she see, look, this is an example of when I haven't given this list much thought, so I have to really kind of think on the spot where I'd put her. She has cool hair. I love that she has like these two pieces of hair that just come down. I feel like Eliza, she won like a poll, right? She won there was a poll back in the day of like, what character do you want to see introduced in Tekken? There were all these different options, and I feel like the female vampire was one of them. If I'm not mistaken, Eliza won the poll, and I remember I wanted her to win out of all those choices because she just sounded the most interesting. Though in Tekken 7, she's a little goofy. Like, I feel like her story with her like sleeping for 600 years and like being somehow related to Lili, something's really goofy about that. There's like a piece of the puzzle that's missing. I kind of wish he was more of a more serious character, but she's definitely like this very goofy character. I almost feel like she is like a tester for like a potential Morgan guest character, you know, for the future. I would love a Morgan. I would love a Morgan guest character. Or maybe I just want a Darkstalkers for Eliza. I'm gonna put Eliza in Thank You Spirits. I am. I think she slays, don't get me wrong, but I can't in good faith rank her higher for some reason, and maybe that's my fault for sleeping on her. See what I did there? Because she's narcoleptic. Okay. Our next girly is JC, who, as you know, is actually Julia Chang. First of all, I love what they did there. JC, those are Julia Chang's initials. So we kind of have to rank them in tandem. This was an interesting, fun way to, like, I feel like the inclusion of JC, she's an exclusive character to Tekken Tag 2, exclusive alter ego of Julia Chang. And the brief story is that, like, Julia's childhood friend got injured, and basically Julia Chang takes the alter ego of JC in order to fulfill the position of her luchadora friend that's currently hospitalized. I thought this was like a fun way to reinvent Julia for the time, but also I kind of wish that this was like like a separate character, because I think Julia is already like such an interesting, great character. I do love the outfit. She's slaying in this, the luchadora outfit. Oh, the pink. JC. But I think, let's be real, I love Julia Chang. Julia Chang slays. I'm gonna put Julia in perfect. Let's put that out there. More on Julia in a second. And JC, let's put JC in excellent. Okay, because she really is not a character. She is an alter ego of Julia Chang. And I love her, but I don't think she's ever coming back. It'd be really interesting if she were to come back. I just got an idea. But let's hold that for now. What can I say? Julia Chang slays. Okay? Our researcher, our environmentalist queen turned streamer. I love it. It's kind of random, but it also isn't, because Julia's always trying to find ways to revitalize the forest, raise money, get those funds up, girl, get those viewers, get those subscribers. I don't like her new voice because it's super high pitched. I prefer Julia's like lower, like softer voice, honestly, if I'm being honest, but also I just grew up on that. But I just love Julia. I really do love Julia. She's had lots of evolution throughout the years, obviously with JC and like her coming back as a streamer, and it really sucks that she's kind of been relegated similar to Anna and potentially Christie as DLC characters because of their popularity. But I digress. I think Julia slays, and she's definitely a mainstay in Tekken nowadays. Next is Jun Kazama. Oh, you want to talk about mothers? Here's an actual mother. June is easily imperfect. She's easily imperfect. The way that, like, they took years to give us Mother to come back in a canonical game. Yes, she came back in Tekken 2, but, like, June's only, like, main appearance in Tekken was Tekken 2. Let that sink in. And then she didn't come back until Tekken 8. All those years in between of not having her. She was in the Tekken Tag 2s, or Tekken Tag and Tekken Tag 2. Yes, okay, but those are non-canonical, so they don't count. They have been, like, holding her purposely. Like, how are you just gonna, like, let Mother sleep? Literally, she's been sleeping for, like, 2 decades. But you're constantly gonna give us Heihachi back and Kazuya? Like, who asked for them? No, give us Mother. I'm not complaining, but it's just so cool that June is finally back and slaying, and I'm excited to see what they do with her. And I think she needs to play a huge role in Tekken 9. I really wish she played more of a role in the actual story of Tekken 8, but I just feel like Tekken's story progression is always just so, like, they're purposely, like, they don't want to progress it. They don't want to do anything. Like, yes, she came back, but she kind of she had a really small role in Tekken 8, which is a bit of a bummer. Next is Katarina. Look, I don't hate Katarina, but I think that, like, I'm a little salty about Katarina just because, like, she reminds me so much of Christie. We didn't get Christie in Tekken 7, but we got this new character. You know, she's sassy. She slays. She does. But, like, there's a disconnect with Katarina, I feel like, that, like, it's just never resonated with me personally as a lover of Tekken, and she literally looks like Christie. You gave us, like, another character that isn't Christie but looks completely like Christie. I'm so sorry to all the Katarina fans. I think she's great, but, like, in comparison to the rest of the other girlies, Katarina's a disappointment. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. She's beautiful. She's sexy. But she's still a little bit of disappointment, if I'm being perfectly honest. Next is Kazumi, the big bad, or she's considered the big bad of Tekken 7. She's the boss. She's a boss character in Tekken 7. She was the wife of Heihachi. She's the mother of Kazuya, and basically the one who gave him the devil gene. So honestly, Mother. She is the opposite, kind of like the polar opposite kind of June in a little bit. But I always felt like she was never, like, necessarily evil despite her having the devil gene. I don't know. Maybe I just sympathize with her because she is a mother. She is a deceased character, which I have, like, so many thoughts. I have conflicting thoughts about deceased characters being in rosters, like fighting game rosters for some reason. I don't know. It just feels, like, weird. We're going to put her in excellent just because of that story clarification, the expansion of that. And we love a baddie, a female boss character. We do love that. She had a tiger. She has a devil form, obviously. She was great. It's just a shame that she's probably never, ever coming back. But yet, Heihachi will be coming back. Ooh, next are the Kunimitsus. Yes, the Kunimitsus, plural, because there's 2 of them. Okay, so I feel like I need to rank them together almost. These are characters that are just so stylish and so enigmatic because there's not much known about them. They're mother and daughter duo. I am automatically going to put them in A. I think they're deserving of A. The Kunimitsus. I personally love the Kunimitsus. I would love to put them in perfect, but because they haven't had so many appearances over the years, I'm going to put them in A, right behind Asuka. I love the Kunimitsus. Okay, we have mother and daughter. I think I like the daughter more. So first of all, I think we got to talk about the original Kunimitsu. So this was a thief that obviously had a rivalry with Yoshimitsu, trying to steal his sword. She was unsuccessful. What I love about her story is that though she was never able to accomplish her goals, she had a daughter. And that's the greatest goal of all. The love of a child. I feel like Kunimitsu 2 is such a good example of a legacy character done correctly because she obviously is modeled after her mom, but she has her own flair, her own personality, her own sense of style that is the same but also so different than her mother. And it just was really cool with her introduction. It was so big. It was long overdue to kind of have this character to take the mantle of Kunimitsu. But it also explored the backstory of that character that was known so little about, and that was the original Kunimitsu. I'm really excited to see the future of this new Kunimitsu and what she's going to accomplish, because now she's fighting for her mother and trying to make her last mother's wishes a reality because her mother is ill, which is really sad. But yeah, I really hope she's in the new DLC next season pass. I really, really want her to be, and I think she's perfect for Tekken 8. She'd fit right in perfectly, and it's a shame that she wasn't in the base roster. Next is Lydia. Lydia's great. Solid, amazing character. I love that she is, like, I love that she is a little bit more of a mature character, like June, like Kazumi. I think fighting games and video games in general just need more mature women. I'm going to put her in A. I think she's great. She is a super popular character that came from Tekken 7, new character. But I also just love that, like, she's an honorable character. Karate. She's strong. She was featured in the Tekken 8, DLC story expansion, which was really cool, which I didn't even realize that was going to be a thing, but it was really cool that they actually gave her, like, some story expansion along with Eddie. Super, super cool. I think she's a really successful character, probably one of the strongest new characters of Tekken 7. I think she's also a little bit of a foodie. Like, I love that. I love seeing, like, cute little personality traits of these fighting game characters. That doesn't, like, completely encapsulate them, but they're just little side pieces, and you see that in some of her, like, win animations, and I think that's just so adorable. Our next queen is Lili. Lili's perfect! I think Lili very well might be the girly of the Tekken series in 2025 at this moment. The fact that this character's popularity just, like, took off, skyrocketed after her inclusion in Tekken 5, Dark Resurrection, like Tekken 6, like, Lili has kind of become the it girl of the Tekken series. She's been in so many crossovers. She was in a Digimon game. What Tekken girly can say that she was in a Digimon game but Lili? I feel like Lili's kind of had, like, this very similar experience of, like, the Juri Han effect. Juri is obviously a Street Fighter character who was introduced during a Street Fighter 4 expansion that just, like, had such an immense popularity after her inclusion of that expansion, which is literally what happened to Lili in Dark Resurrection. And since then, she's just a highly, highly popular character that has become such a mainstay in Tekken. I love her acrobatic street fighting style that has a bit of gymnastic flair implemented into it. Like, she is cutesy, she is girly, she is ultra feminine. Lili will serve you a cup of tea, but also kick you in the face of her designer platform heels. And I'm absolutely here for it. Spoiler alert, Lili's actually not my main in Tekken. Lili used to be my main in Tekken. Like, 5 and 6, yes. But she's not my main. I kind of want to pick her back up, but with the inclusion of Anna, I might be picking up Anna when she drops, so maybe I won't. But Lili just has become that it girl of Tekken. Like, I don't think anyone's beating her at the moment. I don't. Lili will never be DLC, yet she's so freaking stinking popular. And the thing about her over Asuka is that I feel like they're doing so much more with Lili. As you can see, like, Lili has a rivalry with Azucena, whereas Asuka's sole purpose now is to kind of serve Lili. Lili also has, like, she has, like, this little bit of rivalry, like a friendly rivalry with Leroy. Though as much as I love Lili, I do want to see more of her story expanded upon. Not just her rivalries, because there's so much potential there. Like, when she first started out, like, Lili's story was so interesting of her, like, being abducted and learning how to fight through abduction and this, that, the third. And then obviously her storyline with her father and how she needed to get approval. And then her father's oil fields got taken over during Tekken 6 and she went to enter to help her father. Like, there's a lot more potential with Lili, I feel like. It was really cool to see her have a decent part in, like, the scenario campaign in Tekken 8, though, with her and helping Jin and whatnot, along with Asuka. But yeah, there needs to be more. There needs to be more with Lili, I think, other than her rivalries. I just think that she is the it girl of Tekken at the moment, and I don't think anyone's beating her. And she's not even my main. I say that as her not, Lily's not my main again. Okay, next is Lucky Chloe. Lucky Chloe, another new character from Tekken 7. I actually really like her. I think a lot of people don't like her. I remember there's lots of controversy. A lot of people hated her. Like Western audiences hated her. Oh my gosh, such a shocker. The West hates women. I like her. The only thing I didn't like about her was like her rivalry, her unnecessary rivalry with Eddie, because I feel like, no shade to Lucky Chloe, like Eddie's so much better than that. They had like this really like unserious, silly, comedic rivalry with each other in Tekken 7 that came out of nowhere. She is a part of G Corp. I think she's like a J-pop pop star too. And Harada teased that she has like this big secret that she's hiding that they never expanded upon. So I'm like, that makes me so interested. What is the secret, Lucky Chloe? Tell me, what is it? But I just love the girly cat aesthetic as well. I personally really like her, but I'm gonna put her in Thank You Spirits. Thank You Spirits. Yeah, because I don't know what they're going to do with her. And I personally really like her, but I don't know if we're ever going to see Lucky Chloe again. I kind of would want to see her again and maybe have her story expanded upon. Who knows? But yeah, that hurts me to kind of put her in so low. But I think she's fun. Next is Master Raven, another new character. Do you see this reoccurring trend of Tekken 7 introducing so many new characters? So Master Raven is like the senior officer of Raven in Tekken 7. So she kind of replaced Raven in Tekken 7. And then it's funny enough, Tekken 8, Raven came back replacing his senior officer. So I don't know if people didn't like Master Raven. I liked Master Raven. It's just like Tekken 7 just loved replacing its characters for some reason. I don't know. I'm kind of sad she didn't come back. I liked her more than Raven. No shade to Raven. I liked her. I think she's excellent. It's just, yeah, I don't think she's coming back though, because Raven's there. It's just the same. I don't think she's coming back. Yeah. Next is Michelle Chang. Here's my idea from earlier that I teased. If you want Michelle Chang and Julia Chang in like Tekken 8, here's my idea. Bring Julia back as JC in Tekken 8. Bring Michelle back, kind of taking the place of like Julia's traditional style that obviously came from her mother. Why can't we have strong, beautiful, older, mature women? Michelle, I don't care. She's probably aged gracefully. I don't care if she's in her 40s, her early 50s. Bring her back. I want to see it. I just feel like Michelle Chang is such a trailblazer too at that. She's been representing Native Americans in video games for decades. I miss her. I really do miss her. It's kind of wild that she was only in 2 Tekkens canonically. She really is a trailblazer, and I would actually kind of want to see her in Tekken 8 over her daughter, Julia, if I'm being perfectly honest, though I still want Julia. I think just for her being such an iconic character alone, I'm gonna put her in Moment of Victory. She's just such an icon. She's a trailblazer. She needs to at least be A for me. As a Tekken girly, I think she needs to be at least A. Next is Miharu. D. Started out as a palette swap for her friend Ling Xiaoyu. That was really cute in Tekken 4. I mean, we needed all the characters we can get in Tekken 4 having such a small roster, but she literally is just known as, you know, Xiaoyu's friend. And she came back in Tekken Tag 2. But why did they have her like default outfit like a bikini? Mind you, she really looks like Asuka. Why did they make her look so much like Asuka? She didn't look like Asuka in Tekken 4. She literally looks like Asuka in a bikini. And I'm all for the fan service. Hello, my favorite fighting game is the Dead or Alive series. But why is that her default outfit? Next is Nina. Nina. I mean, come on. What can I say? Nina. Nina has to be in Perfect. She's not even one of my favorite characters personally, but like you can't, it's not Tekken without Nina. Let's be real. Who else grew up on Death by Degrees? I used to be obsessed with Death by Degrees despite that not being that great of a game. I just loved it. I loved playing as Nina and like literally, you know, breaking people's bones in that game with the X-ray. Remember that? Anyway, Nina's the mainstay. She's not going anywhere. She is Tekken. She is like kind of the Chun-Li of Tekken, you can say. The only thing about Nina, let's be real, but we have to be real here. We have to be real here. I don't think Nina, despite her being, you know, a mainstay in Tekken, I don't think Nina's as popular as some of the rest of the girlies these days. I think her personality, she has some sass. She's cool, calm, calculated. I just don't think she's that interesting than some of the other girlies these days. She's not. She fails like all of her missions, mind you. She's always working for someone new. But yeah, I don't think people are as excited about Nina as a character these days than they are than other characters like Lili, like her sister Anna, for crying out loud. I feel like Anna, this might be a hot take, I feel like Anna's more popular than Nina. I think she is. I think she is. People are constantly talking about Anna, constantly in demand for Anna. Like, as soon as people see Nina, like her reveal video, where's Anna? Where's Anna? Where's Anna? You can't have Nina without Anna. And that's just that. Next is Panda. Panda. I mean, come on now. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Panda's a fun character to play as. Xiaoyu's bestie for all these years. We love her. We love her. Panda's thank you. Panda's in C. Is she in C? Yeah, she's in C. Is she in C? Yeah. Next is Reina. Reina's an interesting character. A new character in Tekken 8. Played a huge role in the story. She is the daughter of Heihachi. I still really want to know how she got the Devil Gene, because it doesn't make sense of her getting the Devil Gene, because then that means her mother would have to be Kazumi, but Kazumi is deceased. And Heihachi isn't the Devil Gene carrier. So how did she get it? So I'm almost thinking that Reina was like, maybe like they experimented on her and maybe somehow implemented, like, I don't know if they injected her as a young kid with the Devil Gene. Like there must be some type of experimentation going on with Reina, because how else would she have gotten the Devil Gene? I love her dual personality. There's like this cutesy, like energetic side to her, but also like this menacing, like kind of like super antagonistic and aggressive fighter. I think she's moment of victory. I think she's such a good inclusion. I'm gonna put her above Asuka. Despite her being a new character, I think she has really proved herself, and I'm excited to see the future of her. She is literally become Devil Reina at the end of Tekken 8. So she might be the new big bad of Tekken 9. Next is Unknown. Oh, where are my Tekken Tag girlies at? This non-canon, the first female boss of Tekken. She's repping Tekken Tag, Unknown. I'm going to put Unknown in C. She's going into C. I don't know where, though. I don't know where. Ah, my goodness. She's iconic despite her non-canon. I'm going to put her there. I'm sorry, her head is cut off in this photo, so it looks kind of funny. I think she just really represents Tekken Tag. You can't think about Tekken Tag without thinking about Unknown. There's lots of controversy with Unknown in the fandom, because everyone's like, oh, that's June, or no, that's not June, it's someone different. June has the fighting style. She starts with the fighting style, then she starts stealing everyone's fighting style, and the wolf spirit, and this, that, the third, and then she came back in Tekken Tag 2, and then June transformed into, and then Unknown in one of the endings in Tekken Tag saves Jin. It's such a mess with what they were doing with Unknown, and I think it was purposely done just to get the fans riled up. But I'm pretty sure Unknowns was originally supposed to be like June's sister, but then they dropped that or something like that, and then it became, Tekken Tags obviously became non-canon. She's just a character that's caused so much debate and controversy with her origins, even though it shouldn't even matter because it's not canon. But yeah, she's still very iconic despite that, and she did kind of walk so Kazumi could run. So Kazumi, thank Unknown. Second to last, we have Ling Xiaoyu. Perfect. Yeah, she's there. Oh gosh, I talked about earlier about Azucena players being scary, Azucena mains. Ling Xiaoyu mains, y'all scare the crap out of me. Your combos never end. You look absolutely amazing and adorable doing these combos because Ling Xiaoyu just like absolutely slays with all her movements and her grace and elegance while whooping your butt. Love Link Xiaoyu. I wish I was good with her. Xiaoyu slays. She's always been a really fun character. I love her outfits. She has her stories constantly changing too. She's looking for Jin, but there's been times where she's trying to make an amusement park or she's trying to save Heihachi, and she's finally been able to meet with Jin after all these years of trying to find him. Tekken and you not liking to progress your story. Yeah, Xiaoyu's up there. She's, to me, has always been a top tier character. I don't know if she is a top tier character in terms of like actually like being viable, but like those combos, man, your combos never end. Yeah, I realize I put a lot of girls in perfect, but like, what's the problem? And last but certainly not least is Zafina. Okay, listen, I love Zafina. I have so much respect for Zafina because the fact that I never run into Zafina mains. If you're a Zafina main, I think you're the best person in this world. Mad props to the Zafina mains because no one plays Zafina, and that's no shade. I just feel like I've never run into Zafina online in Tekken 8. Why aren't you guys playing her? And it's so, I feel like they did her dirty. I feel like she should have played a much bigger role in Tekken 8 in the main scenario. Y'all did her so dirty. Like, what was that? Okay, James, like, you could have done something way more. She could have played a much bigger role. So, that being said, I think she deserves a moment of victory. I give her so much respect. She has ties to the plot. I love seeing her fight. Always been a fight of how she moves and her fighting style. I just give people who main her so much props. Like, that shows that you really love this character and you want to see her succeed. Friends, I think we've done it. I think I'm very confident in this list, friends and family. How did we do? Do you agree with this ranking? Do you agree with where the girlies place? Please let me know. I want to know. If you disagree, I want to hear it. I want to hear why you disagree with this list, okay? And if you don't disagree, then you have taste, my friend, and I love you. Friends and family, thank you so much for hanging out with me and coming to the Queen of Iron Fist tournament. Let me know your favorite female characters. What characters do you want to see in Tekken 8's DLC? And until then, friends and family, stay safe out there, and thank you so much for being you.